There ain't nothing but the cob left.
I'm speechless.
Thank you for the train video for tonight. Any questions? Everybody was taking notes while you was on the phone.
Yeah.
And hey, you shuffled right down the corner. Is there any questions on what to do now?
None.
And we have you recorded, Joe, so we'll post it in Support for Life so that way you can go back and hear how great a job you done.
That's right.
Yeah.
And send it to your friends because they need to know what you're doing.
That's right.
Yeah, congratulations.
That's awesome.
Yeah, best training video I've been on in a long time. Yeah, it got me excited.
I think actually we're gonna send it to Dr. Anderson because it was really good.
Yeah.
Nice job.
I don't know. What are you talking about?
Oh, the joke's on us now. Oh, we know where
you guys. Were you eavesdropping on my conversation?
No, you just left it off mute. And we got to hear it.
That's it. We have you recorded.
Hey, you like I said, you
Yeah,
son.
that's great.
That made me proud.
Hey, that was my buddy who just signed up. So
yeah.
No, we said Alyssa. Alyssa has done well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
he shoots pool. He shoots pool, and he was on his way, and he was like, I'm passing a Wendy's. I want to stop and get like burgers. I'm like, no, you don't. And he's like, I'm not even hungry. I'm good. I'm going to shoot pool. So he just started. He's like in his 4th day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
And he's got a coworker that wants to join the program. So I'm
That's
like,
great.
beautiful.
yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
Tell him about Joe.
That's all right.
Tell him about you. You're magnificent.
Yeah, well, that's great. That's great. And like I said, it was really good to hear you. Is he your first client, Joe, that you started
Yeah.
coaching? And it's you've done a great job with being able to share with him, be able to guide him and lead him towards what he needs to do. And there again, we're all the same people because I think every one of us has driven by a Wendy's or somewhere that we've been so used to driving in the drive-thru and pick out something. And it's really cool just to hear you with the enthusiasm because all you have is your story. And so you've done a great job. And I think everybody on here took a few notes and was able to add that into their own lives, So congratulations.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't do it. I'm totally. You caught me off guard because I didn't know you guys are hearing. That's why.
Yeah,
I was wondering why I'm like, you're clapping because I left and came back just playing with me, teasing me. You guys are crazy. You Southerners, man, you guys are nuts.
we have fun.
That's
I
right.
got down there.
We use every opportunity we can get.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
tonight was a great
What's in that water down there?
I know Christine's hung out with us for several years now. And Christine, we do have fun, don't we?
She's
Yeah, she's on.
Should be your
She's,
world.
Yeah.
Hello.
don't we have fun, Christine?
We always have fun, Lee.
There you go. So,
If there's not a party, we'll start one, won't we?
yep.
Yeah, well, we've got to bring you a bottle of wine for your birthday this year, Danny.
Hey,
There you go.
you're on. Make it red.
That is so good.
Yeah, and we'll do it in Austin, Texas.
Yes,
That's right. That's
Yep.
right.
we come.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really excited. I thank everybody for being on, and it's always about growing and learning how to live the lifestyle and being able to ditch the dieters mindset. And I know tonight Deborah Queen has got somebody that she's been coaching, and I know she's got her story and journey that she'd like to share with us. So, Deborah, I'm going to let you do the honors with introducing your client.
I get the great honor of sharing Maria Kaiser. I've known her for a number of years. She's a wonderful young lady. She inspires me all the time, and it's fun to be able to do something with her. She has shared so many wonderful things with me, and it's nice to be able to share back and to support one another and keep each other going and just keep tabs on one another. So, Maria, would you like to tell us your journey or some of the things that you shared with me tonight?
Yeah, well, first, everybody, hello. I'm Maria.
Hey.
And Debbie has been such a great inspiration, her and Rachel both. And I just wanted to be a part of what they were going through because you could see how excited and happy they were and obviously their success. And so far, I started on my own before I started this program. So I'm down 28 pounds.
Wow.
And since February 1st.
Impressive.
And to me, it's so easy. When I was listening to his phone call, it was like a phone call I had with Debbie about a month ago. And I was like, it's great to hear him talk about this. Like he was saying so much of what Debbie was telling me. And I don't know, the program just seems so easy. Sometimes you think, is this really going to work? But then you see the success that everybody's having. So,
Yep, that's
I'm
right.
excited.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, so
So that's what, 15 pounds a month?
Well, I was, there was this program, it's called New Lean, and I work for a doctor's office, and he had gotten it. It's a detox system, and the first week I lost about 8 pounds, and then the next 3 weeks about 8 more, and then the rest of it I've lost on this program.
Got it.
Wow.
Got it. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's, I was telling Debbie, it's just like a whole new world. You just have so much more energy.
Yep.
You're not dragging at the end of the day. You're not just waiting to get out of work so you can go home and change clothes into something more comfortable. It's like your clothes are fitting, so your day goes by and you're not just thinking about, I just need to get home and change clothes or get something to eat.
Yep.
It's so easy.
Well, it's a medical food. It's a medical food designed to do what it's doing to you. And so you're saying, I like it, right?
Yeah, it's I don't know, it's just so, I don't know, amazing. I keep saying that, I know, but I guess I just never thought about eating more times to keep your metabolism burning. You think that you just eat a little bit and why aren't I losing weight? But you can't just eat 1 or 2 meals a day.
Right.
You know, you're thinking you're doing what's right, but obviously you need to eat just 6 times a day and then the weight just keeps coming off.
Right.
Well, welcome to our community.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
So how much more, Maria, are you trying to lose?
I want to lose about 50 more.
50 more.
When I started, I was about 225, and now I'm like 195.
Wow.
Exactly.
That's awesome. And so, have you had any non-scale victories?
Well, I do measure myself. I've lost, I have it written down at work, but I'm thinking like around my waist.
3 inches.
Let's see, I think I've lost about 5 inches around my waist.
Wow, that's good.
And like my arms and legs and stuff, not just a little bit, not really much more than an inch around my legs and stuff, but the waist is where most of the fat is anyway, and that's, you know, what I need to lose the most of, because everything else kind of, like your face, it looks thinner, but of course you can't measure that. You just see that in your pictures.
Right. Now, have you been following through in the Habits of Health system from Dr. Anderson?
Well, I don't know. I haven't gotten that book yet.
Okay.
I've been writing down in the journal what I've eaten. I'm not really on too much of an exercise routine yet. I do try to walk at lunch, but it's been cold here, so I've been slacking on that lately.
Okay.
And Don, is that what it is, or what is that system you're talking about?
Well, it's more or less about, you know, there again, I don't know, have you dieted before, Maria?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I've probably been on 100 diets in my lifetime.
Yeah. So I tell you what, since we've sort of brought that up, I want to sort of open it up to everybody on the screen and where they can maybe share with Maria what the Habits of Health has been as a tool, what it's been for you, so that way that she can understand a little bit more about the Habits of Health system. So who wants to share with Maria what the different, having that information, what that does for you? Don't be bashful.
Well, can I say something?
Sure.
Have you got a car, Maria?
Yeah.
Inside your glove compartment, is there a book inside that glove compartment called an owner's manual?
Yes.
Have you ever read it?
Nope.
And so how do you know to drive that car?
I don't know. Habit.
Okay. Do you think you do it correctly every time?
No, I'm sure
If you have trouble with that car, do you ever go to that book to figure out how to fix it?
Nope. I go to my husband.
Thank goodness for husbands.
You got a good husband. I just wanted to share that with you because most people have a book inside their glove compartment of their vehicle and never use it. This is a book on your physical body and how it works, the most important vehicle that you own. I would suggest you might want to get the book and read it.
All right. Yeah, is that the book, Debbie, that you were telling me about?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I haven't gotten it yet, but I will.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Because I'm sure too, Maria, like you said, you'd already lost 28 pounds and you said you'd like to lose 50 more. So if you was to lose 78 pounds, would you want to be able to know how to keep it off for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's what the Habits of Health system does. That, along with the community of people living the lifestyle, because we are a bunch of positive energy, and it's not really, it's not like a lot of just feeding you stuff that's not going to really help you. It's being able to understand that we're all doing the same thing that you're doing, and we're all waking up every day, looking in the mirror, and having to choose what it is that we want to create for ourselves in the well-being of optimal health. So all we're doing is we're sharing with you what we've done for ourselves.
Yes.
Okay.
So that way that you can be as successful, because I know that whenever I talk to people and they talk about losing this weight, all of them, 100% of them says, I do not want to gain this weight back. And we don't want that for you either.
Well, and I've never really lost this much before, but I have lost the same, say, 20 pounds and over and gain it back, over and gain it back. I would say I usually can maintain, I was always a little bit overweight, and then when I gain a little bit, I could lose it, but I never got past, it's hard to say. Like, I want to be about 150, and I can maintain 170 and live with 170, but it was never where I wanted.
Right.
And I could never really get past that. I could go to 180 and back to 170, and then go to 190 and back to 170, but I was never able to get to the point I needed to be.
Gotcha.
Well, that's what this book's going to help you do. It's going to take you to the next level of that. And once you get that weight off, it's going to train your mind how to stay there and how to adjust your things, your way of thinking. Food is a fuel. And it's nothing more than like automobiles. And I use that a lot because we're old hot rodders. We get those machines. If you run a real cheap gas through our carburetors, well, that thing just makes you look bad going down the road.
Yeah.
But when we put up the gas tank, we put the highest octane we can in our cars. Then we go back in the trunk and pop a trunk, put a half a gallon of, not moonshine, it's a 104 octane boost and a boost in the back of that thing. And then a little seat on because we want to make sure that car runs right to the next stop. See, the body is the same. And so that book will help you to understand a little more about how to maintain that for long term. anybody can diet for a little while and get a little weight off, but it takes a true champion to get it off and keep it off.
Yeah, and that's true. And I know that in all my times trying to lose weight, when you try and you're eating healthy and you're drinking your water and you have this energy and you feel good, and then you always ask yourself, why do you go back to bad habits? Just because you like the pleasure, like the taste of a food, then you're heavy, you're out of breath, you don't feel good, you're tired, you ache, and you're like, why do you do that to yourself? And yet we do, like, it's so easy to go back into those bad habits.
Yep, you're right.
And there's no good thing about it except a few minutes of pleasure as you're eating it, but then it's so much worse on the other end for days and months and years.
Right.
And you're like, it's not worth it.
It's not. Well,
I love working with her because she knows, she's got the picture, she understands. Now we just got to bring it home. And we'll do it together.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. And you know,
I think Lisa told me before, I think you said the food will do its job, just eat the food.
right.
And that will do its own thing. You're not really doing anything but eating it. And then while you're doing that, you concentrate on the Habits of Health book. As you're feeling better, you want to learn more. And that's when you should be doing it, while you're losing the weight, not after, not, as you go along. And it all starts to make sense in a way that you will maintain it after.
yeah.
Good
If
point.
you've learned something. That's what I always remember from it.
I love that. And another thing that was huge for me was like the yo-yo diet mindset of always going back to those mental thoughts that I had, those mental habits of going, oh, but I can have this. Oh, but that tastes so good. It was amazing. Like once I started really diving into my health and reading the Habits of Health, I was able to control those mind shifts more, where before I would let life happen and I would yo-yo again, and it helped me to be able to deal with life. And I think that's huge because we always are going to have things that come up in our life. And when you're able to, really take on like things that are hard, they're hardships, but you're able to really stay focused and balanced on who you are and what you're doing for yourself. To me, that was the hugest shift with the Habits of Health, was understanding that I'm always in control no matter the situation.
Amen.
So that's what I love to share with my clients too, that, that do have a heart to have yo-yo many times. And I'm like, if you read this book, it's really going to help you so much to really dive in deeper to who you are and what you're creating for yourself. And then you're going to really stay focused more on whenever, like I said, those life changes and life things happen, you're going to be able to really balance through those things. So
I'm going to I was actually, the first order, I thought maybe it was coming with it, but it didn't. Then the second order, I didn't even think about ordering it. And so then I was half thinking about waiting for my next order, but you can order things without your food, like throughout the month. You can just order that book.
Sure.
Yeah, but if I were you, I'd make sure I ordered it with my food so that way you're not having to pay shipping, especially if you're in the Be Slim. You're just going to save some shipping.
Okay.
if anything, Deb, you can send her like the free ebook if she's not read that yet. That would be a great start for learning stop challenge. The free ebook. I'll send you the link, and that way you can just send it to her. But it's pretty much teaches you like the stop challenge and choose, and it's awesome. I mean, it's just a great introduction to what you're doing, So
Yeah, it's layering.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. And then also, I just want to touch on this a little bit. Do you find all of you on the screen tonight, and of course it's so neat just hearing the story of Maria and what she's doing for herself, and I know all of us, we know that she will reach that extra 50 pounds. She will get rid of that, and it will be easy for her. But don't you find that the lifestyle side of this is more about the creative side? It's about, what you can envision yourself that you want your life to look like. And then every day you're getting up, whenever Nancy said, you just get up and you just eat the food. You're not really focused on nothing other than the end result. And then the dieter's mindset is we're trying to get rid of something. We want it to go away. We just don't want to have to deal with that. We're just trying to avoid whatever it is. So we'll do something temporary that's uncomfortable to get to that place of comfort. But do a lot of dieters that you know ever really get to that comfortable place? It's a yo-yo thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you're there, and then what happens? You're right back into, as Hannah was talking about, those old mindset, that old mind, the thinking. So the relationship. What's our relationship with food? You know,
Well, what if you was an astronaut and you're just going to be in space for 30 days and everything you had was in a tube? Could you survive?
you'd have to.
You know, that astronaut food is probably pretty good because it's got all the minerals and vitamins and everything they need to sustain themselves. You know, basically that's what you're doing right now. You know, anybody can do it 30, 60, 90 days, but for the long haul, how about 10 years? Hanson's, how long y'all been doing this? 10 years? 8? 6, okay? 6 years. You know, we've been doing it 10. I mean, it just, there's a lot of people been out there doing it for a lot longer than us. But here's why they do it, because it brings them something into their life that's valuable. First of all, it brings them health. The next thing, it brings them knowledge, and then it brings people into their life. And with all that, you have a community, and with a community, it's a network. And through the network, everybody flourishes.
Yeah, I agree.
I like being part of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because it's helping other people to help other people. Zig Ziglar says, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care about them. And we've always been the people who cared about other people. And now we got something to share with them that'll help them physically, mentally, and financially.
So I have a question for you, Maria, since you've shared your story. You know, Danny touched on this a little bit. So have you seen through having Deborah as your coach that you've had that feeling of someone else really caring about you?
Oh yeah, totally. Her and Rachel both, they're constantly checking on me, and when I see them, they're smiling, and you know, the hugs and the phone calls, everything, it just keeps you going. And even though I knew them prior to this, I don't know, we're so much closer than, I mean, my family, my husband's known Debbie probably longer than I have. And yet, like, when I would be around, I just kind of felt like, oh, there's Debbie. Hi, Debbie. But now it's, you know, we seek each other out to make sure that, hey, there's Debbie. And you look for them, and that smile and the hug and stuff, that you really do need that encouragement. So, yeah, it's totally changed. Yeah. Not that it wasn't bad before. It's just so much better.
Exactly. So it's, you know, there again, you know, the health coach and the lifestyle side of this, it really is following that path that Dr. Anderson has laid, because, you know, we're all excited. Every one of us on this screen has had transformation. We've had something within this program that physically it's transformed our lives, mentally it's transformed our lives. Some of us are living this lifestyle where we've been able to quit our full-time job doing whatever that paid the bills. We're able to do this and be able to touch more people's lives. So it's really neat where you can, by following a blueprint, staying connected to people who really does care about you. It's amazing how your life can transform.
Yep.
Really is. So I'm excited about your story, your journey, Maria. I'm sure all of us through Support for Life will be following you. And, you know, as you move towards your goal, we will all celebrate you, because it's so neat whenever people can get on here and share their story with us, because we feel like that we are family, and we're all health family. We're all getting up every day and living this lifestyle. And some days we all struggle. But knowing we have each other, we can be able to, you know, reach out to each other and be able to learn a few things, so that way we can excel and move on into, you know, the greater version of who we want to be. So does anybody have any questions for Maria, since she's been on her journey? Anything you want to share with her?
I just hear the excitement in her. It's awesome. Like, to me, like, that was the greatest gift that I ever did, was pay this forward. And I know, because I was so excited with my own life, that and everybody was like, Hannah, I want your energy. I want to feel like you. I want to look like you. And I didn't really know how to help them, but I was glad that I had a coach to introduce coaching to me. And oh my gosh, this did not change my life, because I was able to share this with Rachel, and Rachel was able to share it with Deb, and now Deb's been able to share it with Maria. And it's like such a ripple effect. You're like, this is awesome. I just told my husband, I said, that's my love that just kind of passed down. Like, it was so cool. So I'm so excited, Maria, just to be able to hear your excitement and hear that you're finding yourself through this process, because to me, that's the greatest, like, fulfillment in being able to be a coach, is watching someone else succeed at this. So congratulations on everything that you're doing for yourself.
Oh, thank you. And it is contagious, because when you start to feel good and you see the weight coming off, you do start seeking out people. They're looking at you and saying what's going on, and you want to help them. And, you're in the process of doing it at the beginning stages, but people take notice, and you do want to share this and have everybody feel this good, and know that life's too short to be just miserable because of the weight, because you're bloated, you uncomfortable in your clothes, you hide in the background because you don't want to put yourself out there, because you don't want really people to see you. So it's a big difference in your attitude and your personality, and the looks is just one part of it. It's once you start losing weight and feeling better, you realize that's only a slight part of it. It's just feeling better and having more energy and getting up in the morning, and I don't know, you just feel so much better. And then the looks is a plus. It's like a bonus. Like, you start out wanting the looks to be better, but then that is almost on the back burner, because it's just better to feel better and be healthy and be happier.
I agree, man. That's so true. And there again, I think all of us can actually relate to that. Rachel, did you have something you was wanting to say?
Yeah, you saw me kept unmuting my.
Yes, I did.
I was like, I don't know when to chime in. Hi, Maria. It's Rachel. I just wanted to chime in and just say that I'm so very proud of you. One of the first conversations I had with Maria, we were talking about a book that we both loved over the summer, and just from there we got to foster a great relationship, and her energy has always been just so positive and contagious. So I mean, expecting you to do well was just expected almost. So I just wanted to chime in and say I'm so proud of you and so glad to be a part of this journey with you.
Well, thank you. And it was funny because I remember that Sunday afternoon, I'm thinking, I told Samantha, my daughter, I said, I want what Rachel has. And Samantha said, well, get up and go ask her. And I'm like, I will. So it's been a good start. And I'm so looking forward to like a year from now, knowing that it's just going to get better.
Yeah, that is exactly right. And I love it because you're playing above the lines. Maria, you already see your, what you want to create ahead of you, and you're not focusing on how it's going to happen or when it's going to happen. You just know that every day you're getting up and making those fundamental choices to be able to get you there, and you will be there.
Yep.
For sure. So anybody else, has anybody else on the screen tonight had any physical transformation, mental transformation, financial transformation, because that's what we offer, is the trilogy to be able to put people's lives in balance. And so has anybody on here experienced anything that they would love to share with the group? So that way that, you're offering hope and, just as far as direction, so that way others can follow. Has anybody got anything to share?
I think I just got my payback. It was funny because some of Maria's, the way she's describing with some of the things that I described in the beginning, but to hear her come forward and hear this excitement and the it's like we've all been there, and we're all feeling that, and we all know where that spot is, and it's so nice to be able to pay it forward and to be able to share that with someone else. So thank you, Maria. You just gave me a non-scale victory tonight.
There you go.
Yeah, I agree. There's, the heart compensation of being a health coach is the most wonderful compensation you'll ever get, is being able to see someone else achieve their goals and move forward in life. So that's what this is all about. And of course, meeting with everybody each week, all it does is we're sharing things with one another so that way we can each move forward of whatever it is we want to create. Because I think as far as all of us, we have a lot in common. And we not only just with our goals and things like that, but I think all of us want better health. And we see people around us that their health is deteriorating. And sometimes people's health is so far gone that they can't do anything about it. So that's what we're trying to do. We're on this mission, and we're really trying to get the word out so that way that other people can turn their lives around and move towards health versus away from it. So if we can share this gift of optimal health with other people, then there is that heart compensation that comes with it. So, but congratulations to you, Debbie, sounds like you've got someone there that she's as much energy to you as you are her. And yeah, and like I said, that's what this is all about. And to Maria, don't be shy to share, because what you're doing for yourself, you have your story and that's all you have.
Thank you. I was telling Debbie too, it's like, I think I'll just sit back and not say anything tonight, and you get me started, I just keep talking.
We all do. Is there anything else that anybody wants to share before we close the Support for Life?
I think I'd like to say one more thing, because I noticed, like, you asked if anybody had any like non-scale victories, and I think really personally just taking ownership in your life. What truly matters to you every single day when you wake up, knowing how you feel, knowing what you're doing, keeping this consistent in your life is, to me, is the most beneficial, because whenever you do go off, or when you do find yourself lingering back, it's so amazing how aware you become of your old life, and really just stepping back and going, whoa, wait, like, I need to take ownership of what I want. I need to take ownership of what matters most to me. And that not only leads with how you're fueling your body, but how, what you're projecting out into this world. I mean, is it more positive or is it more negative? I mean, where is your mindset going? And it's amazing once you start living this lifestyle for so many years, you really do start taking ownership, and it's like you do become bulletproof in a sense. So when people do come to you and they're saying those things, you're acting like Joe and going, no, man, you can't do that. Like, you got to do it like this. And I'm like, yes, like, that's exactly what you need in my life to tell you those things.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, Joe, I'm telling you, you rocked that call. And
go back and listen to it.
Like, I wanted to be your client. Like, I was like, he would never let me get by with an excuse. Like, he would be like, no, you're doing this wrong. You should not be doing that. I'm like, okay, I'll do what you say.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
I don't think Alyssa's on the call, so thank God, because she probably would just critique me pretty badly tomorrow.
I don't think so.
No, thanks, Hannah. That's a great compliment coming from you. You get you have a lot of inspirational stuff that you say to a lot of people, and I like listening to it. It's for me, trying to find time for this call is probably the biggest difference that you're going to find any type of other meal plan. Or I don't even call this a diet, because you got to just unwind all the bad habits you did for so long. People who are younger than me don't have as many longer years to unwind. I'm 50, so I got a lot of years I got to get off my back, and I'm just unwinding it and trying to do it a better way. So that's all. But thank you, everyone. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
And you get better. You get better and better. That's one thing that's good about it is, in the beginning, I remember I was 21 when I became a coach. And so now I'll be 29. So it's amazing seeing how you would take care of clients then compared to how you take care of clients now. So it just gets better. It's great.
But you know what? There's nothing wrong with just telling it straight how it is. And, I find that I know Danny was always that way whenever we coached. He was very straightforward. Here, this is how it is. And sometimes women, we have these emotions that we're trying to deal with. Yeah. So there again, whenever you start having some of those female clients, Joe, you can probably reach out to people like Hannah, Nancy, and myself, and Katie, and of course Deborah. We just, we can sort of help you with that. But it's really, there's no sense in it. Basically shoot it straight. Here it is. Because it's not really, like I heard you say, it's not about the food. Nope. It's not about the food.
No, it's about what you want.
It's about what you want to create. Yeah.
I think I picked that up from this call. I heard it a lot. So
yeah.
If you say it over, it makes sense. Like it's not really about the food.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's really, and people, you don't have to like, what do you mean by that? Like, yeah, it's not about the food. And they start like, yeah, you know what? It's, I was on the train coming home today and, it's like 20 degrees up here. It's terrible. Got beat up with some customers today and I was like, man, my old self would have been like, I'm going to the pizzeria or I'm getting some Chinese food, I need like that comfort. Then that's when it's all about the food. But no, it's actually just a mindset change.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it is. It's all about the food whenever you're not happy, right?
That's right.
If you're not happy, you're going to go for something that's going to make us happy instantly. So, yeah, that's good. Well, guys, I really appreciate it. And Maria, thank you so much for sharing your story because it's all about the stories. That's all we have is our stories. And
well, hey, I'll tell you what, let's everybody bring a Maria next week and let them tell their story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody just bring a Maria.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank everybody.
What was that?
I thank everybody for listening to my story.
Well, we appreciate you taking your time and because like I said, your story is an inspiration. What you share with us is an inspiration to us as well. And whenever we can inspire one another, then there's always hope for something better in the future. So,
and Maria, do you know somebody just like you?
I do. My son, he's I need to start coaching him. So.
You.
Who is that, your son?
Yeah.
And what age?
He's several. He's probably 200 pounds overweight. He had foot surgery when he was like 12, and then like in 6 months he had the other foot. And after that, he kind of sat in front of video games, and his weight just got bigger and bigger. And he moved to North Carolina, and had literally just this past Sunday moved back to Columbus. So I have my eyes targeted on him.
Go for it.
Well, I tell you what, there's a friend of mine that I've been coaching, Maria. She's got a son that is 14 years old. And whenever she took him for his last checkup, he had high blood pressure. And so the doctor was wanting to put him on high blood pressure medicine. But his mother had already lost about 45 pounds, and she knew about this program. She was actually following the Habits of Health. And she told the doctor, she said, no, we don't need your meds. And she says, I can fix my son. So her son has been on the program for about now going on 5 weeks. I think he's lost about a little over 20 pounds. And, of course, you can basically tell that, where he's moving. He's moving towards that place where he will not have to worry about being put on medications. And he's 14.
And you can see his confidence in the picture.
Yeah.
That she posts the pictures. You can just see his confidence level. He's getting taller and slimmer and
smiling more.
Yeah, the smile.
Well, that's what, I was thinking about my son because diabetes runs in my family and also my husband's family. And he's 26 years old now, and he really needs to do something because diabetes is just on both sides of his, mine and my husband's family, that he's destined to be that if he doesn't make some changes.
Would you do me a favor, Maria?
Mm-hmm. What?
Make a list of these people you're talking about and tell them about your coach. And let your coach help you talk to these people. it would be of your best interest. That way you got a third party coming in. She convinced you. When you talk to family, sometimes they don't listen like they should. And so if you would do me a favor, and when you're talking to these people, say, let me tell you about my coach. Would you do that for me?
I will.
Because that is the key to their success. Your success is already happening, but their success depends on your coach at this time.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Well, guys, has this been great?
This has been awesome.
Yeah, it really has. And, there again, it's been able to see another life changed. And for the
And
better.
Joe give us a free show.
Yeah,
Joe does the training. He does the training. Now, one more time for you, big boy. One more time for you. Yes, sir. You did an excellent job. You go back and watch it and see if you have any problem with it. You have to get help yourself because it was your show. Thank you very much.
Yeah. But I want to thank everybody for being on this week. Thank you for your time. We've been about an hour. So we're going to, all the health coaches that want to stay on just for a brief few minutes, we're going to touch on a few things. But I really thank you again for your time. Thank you for your story, Maria. And let's just go out and get America healthy. What do you say?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right.
And if you got snow, keep it.
I think snow's coming this weekend.
Oh, bless God.
I know.
We can stay on for a bit.
Good night.